Welcome to another episode at 5 at Fintech Hive. Today, we have with us Mr. Jehanzeb Awan, a CEO and co-founder of Azakaw. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for
pleasure
coming.
to be here.
Thank you for coming. Question number one, I'm going to start with why Azakaw and what is Azakaw?
Well, good question. I've answered this question, I would say probably 100 times. So hopefully the answer is good and explanatory. So Azakaw basically is a RegTech platform. And why Azakaw? I have been a risk and compliance person for the last 23 years. I started a company called Awan and Partners, which is a GRC, governance, risk and compliance consulting firm. As part of our sort of dealing with our clients, it became very obvious that technology is the way of the future. So we cannot continue operating the way we were operating and so on. So what we did was basically come up with an idea of Azakaw. And as I was mentioning earlier, it's the first donation of my children's first, middle, and last name. I couldn't come up with anything more interesting, but my sons are called Azmir Akbar Awan and Azlan Akbar Awan, so AZ, AKAW. That's what led to Azakaw. And the idea is very simply to make compliance a tool to empower companies to not only comply, but also gain competitive advantage, right? So most of the times what happens is people look at compliance or technology as a cost, generally not as a enabler for profitability or efficiency. Technology is generally looked at as an enabler for efficiency, but not from a RegTech point of view. It's mostly considered as a cost. So we want to bring RegTech with our experience dealing with different types of clients into a platform that has lots of products which cater to different types of financial services companies, fintechs, crypto firms, banks, asset managers, fund managers, and cover different areas and different jurisdictions. So, if there is JP Chase in New York, and in Dubai, and in London, and in Singapore and Malaysia, they can use Azakaw across the globe. And basically, it will be jurisdiction specific, it will be business unit specific. So you can have asset management, private banking, and the platform will work. We've launched a couple of products already. We're working on a number of new products as well. And we're getting a lot of good traction from our clients, because very simply what we have done is we've asked our clients, what do you want? And they've told us what they want, so we're building that.
I'm going to go ahead and ask question number two.
Sure.
And that is, why DIFC Fintech Hive? And what has DIFC Fintech Hive done to make this dream of building Azakaw come true?
Okay, well, I've been in Dubai since 2003, and I've been in DIFC since 2006. So DIFC, I've been here since there was only one Starbucks in the Gate building and Caribou Coffee, and that was it, right? So I've been through the evolution of DIFC. Natural choice would be, and again, what the DIFC has done in terms of building a financial center, in terms of building the ecosystem, is phenomenal. And it was a natural choice to join the Fintech Hive. And why we did that? Fintech Hive is phenomenal. We got an unbelievable amount of exposure through Fintech Hive. We got to meet a lot of the mentors. We got to meet a lot of the clients, VCs, general infrastructure. And what typically businesses need is an understanding of how to operate a good business, right? So the ecosystem actually provides that, and Fintech Hive gives that ecosystem, and it's up to obviously all the firms to utilize that. And the good thing about this is there's no spoon feeding. The ecosystem is given to you, and it's up to you to take advantage of the different opportunities available. And that's what we have done. We were part of the, I think, 2019-2020 cohort, and we had amazing sort of feedback, and we have never looked back since.
I'm going to ask question number three, which is, what are the major milestones since inception until today? Since 2019?
Yes.
Until today, what are the major milestones that Azakaw was able to achieve?
Okay, so great question. I think when you're building something that you don't know how to build, and I'm not a technology guy, I'm an idea person, compliance, Actually, I shouldn't even say that. Right? So people think compliance people are very boring and corporate. I was told wearing a suit is very corporate just today, but the I'll talk about a bit about what the challenges we faced, and I think probably that leads into to another point after. Which is I was not a technology guy. So I personally made a couple of strategic mistakes in the beginning, which we have managed to fix. The most important thing is hiring the right team. Managed to hire a good team. In the beginning, we made a couple of mistakes on the hiring piece, so we suffered from that. The milestones are very simple. We have an unbelievable couple of products. The feedback that we get, and the point that I made earlier was, we asked our clients, what do you want? And then we built something that they want, right? So when we show our products to our clients or prospects, the feedback that we get always is, this is phenomenal. It's simply phenomenal because, it's like going to a shampoo company and then the person says, okay, well, what kind of shampoo do you want? And you give them that shampoo, they're only going to talk about how good it is, right? So that's exactly what we have done. We're building other products. So we have 2 products live that are being used by financial institutions in the UAE and outside, and we're getting a lot of good traction. We have a pipeline of new products, and we're getting significant interest from existing clients or potential clients, and the way it looks like that we will significantly do better than what we expected. For this year and for the coming year from the interest that we are.
Hopefully, really looking forward. And this brings me to question number 4. You told me that it's the mix of the conventional compliance and the new tech, and the combination of both is what makes Azakaw so special.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to ask, given all of this, what does the future hold for Azakaw? What are future goals that you would like to achieve?
So we basically have a moonshot idea, right? The idea is translating all the global regulations into code, right? Which will allow us to deploy the workflow engine on top of the regulations, right? In a way that anybody can use. And so think about it as Salesforce for compliance.
On the blockchain.
On the blockchain with AI. And so on. So the ideas are, and what we are building is people call us a little bit crazy, but crazy is always good. Madmen come up with some good stuff, right? So we're working towards that, and that requires subject matter expertise, which our consulting company provides. So compliance or risk professionals, they give feedback. We have. And also, as I mentioned, the consulting company has a huge number of clients, so we get direct feedback from our clients saying, we do this, do that, this is good, this is bad, this is ugly, and so on. So we do that. We have support from obviously people like Fintech Hive and other places, and when we combine the 120 sort of different jurisdictions regulations, we have the workflow. The entire workflow from what a financial institution does, from the time you contact your customer from a compliance point of view, you onboard them, you do transactions for them, you report to the regulator whatever you need to do, you manage how you do the regulatory reporting or how you come up with your deliverables, how you deal with your clients. To give you an idea, there's a complaints module we're working on, which is just completely insane in terms of what it allows you to do. And how it allows you to work with your front office to figure out how you can increase your sales through looking at complaints data. So stuff like that, or your compliance monitoring, how you can use your compliance monitoring to identify potential issues in the credit side of things, or how you look at the KYC data. So all that stuff that we're working on is quite interesting. And I think when we sort of keep on delivering new and newer products, people will get to see what's happening. So the jigsaw puzzle for us, this is a 10-year play. Wow. This is not we're in this for the long haul. This is not a 2-year, 3-year play where we basically want to build something, sell something, start something new. We're trying to build something like a Microsoft or an Oracle in the RegTech space.
And on to the final question. To all our viewers right now who have a dream of starting a startup or a business, what would be an advice that you might give to them?
So I'll say wear a suit. That helps, especially if you're raising money. Wear a suit or wear shorts. Don't go anything in between. So I think the couple of quick things. Right, one is no matter what you're using, technology doesn't work without people. Right, AI is not currently where you can give it instructions and it can execute the instructions for you. So till the time that happens, people will always play a huge role. So getting the right people on the team, that's what I've learned from my experience, is extremely important. Right man for the right job, and getting the wrong people off the team quickly is equally as important, because they serve as an anchor. You have the wrong person in the team, they will slow you down massively, right? So and this requires courage to get rid of people and give some people a hard message, even though they're your friends or you know them. Etc. And it's good for them and it's good for you. That's one. Two, being clear. I think clarity just makes life very, very simple. And three, sticking with the plan. Most people, unfortunately, what they do is when they hit a few roadblocks, start doubting themselves. And as they say, success lies at the far end of failure. So you have to go through, as I say, fail fast, keep on changing, and keep on doing that. But you have to stick to the plan. If you don't stick to the plan, you can have a baby in 9 months or 8 months maybe. But if you try to engineer a process to have a baby in 4 months, you're unlikely to get a good outcome, right? So everything works exactly like that. A tree takes a certain amount of time. You can always up your learning curve, right? So you can do things faster, but what they say, a gestation period of a crop, you cannot make that short, right? It will take whatever time to build a tree. So you have to have that vision that you're building a tree and be persistent with it.
Thank you so much. And this was really fruitful for me and for everyone. So how about we end it with a high five?
Sure.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.